Today's horror manga dubbed in narration is Scent, from the horror anthology 100 Ghost Stories of My Own Death by Matono Anji. If you enjoy the story at any point in time, please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into this chilling tale. Our story begins in a hospital, where a man is at his deathbed. He is being comforted by his girlfriend.
Futa, you smell so sweet, like a fragrant tea olive.
It's because you always talk about that smell. I can't be stinking like a sick person around you.
What are you saying?
After I die, I'll stay at your side and protect you. So, if you ever pick up this scent, you should be careful.
Do you know how crazy you sound right now? There's no way I could go on living without you. There would just be no point for me anymore. The day that Futa and I had that conversation was the final day I got to spend with him.
Unfortunately, after that day, the poor woman was completely distraught. The tragedy was consuming her, making her everyday life difficult. Her boss approached her. Hey, I know you're going through a rough patch. What with your boyfriend and all, but there's work that needs to get done. Head outside and clear your head for a while.
Got it. Sorry.
And so, she walked out from her company building, deciding that some much-needed fresh air may calm her down. But then, in a strange turn of events, she was able to smell a familiar odor. It was that tea olive fragrance, the one she remembered from Futa.
This smell.
And then, all of a sudden, a vase fell toward the pavement, crashing right in front of her. If that had hit her from that height, it would have been the end of her. A man loomed looking at her from above. I'm so sorry. My hand slipped. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
She replied, but she was trembling in fear, sweat dripping down her entire body.
And now the scent is gone.
Later that day, when she was traveling throughout the city, the light turned, signaling for her to cross. But as she went to cross through the crosswalk, she once again smelt that familiar fragrance.
Again.
And then, a man on a motorcycle came storming by, part of it hitting her as she fell toward the curve.
He blew past the signal. If I hadn't come to my senses and realized.
But off in the distance, she noticed where the scent was coming from. It seemed to be some sort of silhouette. And then, just like that, it disappeared.
After that, I would smell the scent of fragrant tea olives everywhere, and each time I did, I narrowly escaped my death. Hey, it took so long for me to realize because of being extremely absent-minded lately, but you've been staying by my side and protecting me, right, Futa? I'm glad. I'm so glad. But at the same time, it tears a hole in my heart. Whenever I come across your scent, I know that I need to stay away. I just want to be with you.
The poor girl began to sob once again. She truly missed her dear boyfriend. But before she could mourn any more, she once again smelt it. Fragrance. The fragrance of tea olive, coming from a nearby room in her apartment. She opened the door where it was coming from and called his name.
Futa?
As she entered, the fragrance was stronger than any time before. In that instance, all kinds of boxes filled with knives and cleavers began to fall, crashing down toward her and slicing. This time, it had drawn blood.
I need to be strong. Ever since Futa passed away, I've been so careless, nearly getting myself killed more times than I can count. He told me exactly how this would happen, and I still can't avoid messing up. When danger is approaching, his scent pops up alongside it. No, wait, could that be backwards? When his scent approaches, it brings danger with it?
Even more of that scent appeared. This time, it was coming from the nearby cabinets. She looked over in awe as they began to fall down, falling, tumbling toward her. But would she be alright this time? Back inside her apartment, she lay beneath all the shattered rubble.
That couldn't possibly be. I made it out this time again thanks to Futa.
But as she looked over, she saw a pair of feet. Ghostly feet. They must have belonged to Futa's ghost. The one that had been protecting her, right? But as she looked up, calling his name,
Futa?
a familiar voice called. Why won't you die? Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'd like to take this time to give a very special thanks to my Patreons and YouTube members. Sarah de Jesus, Motosurf, Cleo, Dason Animus, Ali Wei, Pteranodon Girl 1, and Myuu. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you're important and you matter. Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.